Yes,
We
and
are
we are now
live.
live on
We
YouTube.
are live. Okay. Yeah, and just waiting on my cue cards to come up. You coming up? Hey. Yep, Robert. Cue cards. Thank you. Thank you. What's that? Can we do a mic check? Right? Test, civic engagement, show, test. Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
This is the checkers game where grand
Not only welcome everyone to the Virginia LCV Earth Day series. And as a part of the series, I have been asked to host the Civic Engagement Talk Show. It is so good to be here. It is so good for you, for me to be here. Hi, I'm your host, Earth. Oh my goodness. it's a little warm. It's a little warm. But I hear that there are some folks doing all they can to make it quite less warm. That's right. And in addition to the earthlings, my people, there are a couple of things, Virginia, comma, Earth, that are really such a huge part of civic engagement, democracy, and democracy for all. And what you need in democracy for all, well, of course, it's voting. It's voting. We need your voice. We need your voice. By we, I mean me and my fellow masses in the solar system. You have to vote. Well, what do we, before that, and right now, I want to bring to the stage my first guest. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the voter registration application. Wow, you got some fans.
Thank you.
My voter registration application, just truly an honor to if hold on, say COVID times here. I've got some hand sanitizer for you. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just if you could, just keep the germs. Yeah, we get it. Oh my gosh, voter registration application. It's so good to have you.
It's so great to be here with you all. Thank you so much for having me on here tonight to celebrate your big day, Earth.
Okay. Don't do that.
It's what you deserve. Come on now.
Okay. Well, I woke up and I smelled me, Oh my. Voter registration application. Tell us about yourself.
Well, as we know, the best way that your residents can protect you, their beautiful Earth, is by making their voices heard and by supporting legislation that helps you live your best life. And how do they do that? Well, by voting, of course. And that's where I come in. I am the form, voila, that Virginians fill out in order to register to vote.
Oh my goodness. It's as though I didn't realize, really your true presence and your true importance, even though I know it, right? And my goodness, just the impact that you make in me, this world, voter registration application. You're so important. You're so valuable. So where do Earthlings find you? Where do Virginians find you? Where can folks go to fill you out?
Well, Earth, luckily, there are many options that Virginians have when wanting to fill me out. They can fill out paper applications at voter registration drives. And if you do, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for those infamous BALCVEF lime green t-shirts, oink. Or they can also fill me out online through the BALCVEF link, through the Virginia Department of Elections website, at their libraries, or even when they make an appointment at the DMV. It really is easier than ever to register to vote in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Oh my good, voter registration application. You put things just very accessibly, and I truly appreciate that. Just thank you.
Oh no, thank you for letting us all live in you.
Oh, okay. Just talk to my mantle, okay? Okay. It's time for a commercial break. The Virginia LCV Earth Day series is brought to you by our sponsors. Oh my goodness. Thank you to the sun. Oh my goodness, that vitamin D, metal straws, not littering, recycling bins, thrift stores, solar panels. You get it. Thank you to our sponsors. Okay. Oh, we're the band. We can cut it. We can cut it. Great. They're just really talented and like to voter registration application. Okay, that's right. And you have to have fun because my goodness, the good that you do for Virginians is quite important. Am I fan earthing right now? Because it sure does feel like it. Okay, so now that Virginians know how they can register to vote, voter registration application of Virginia, what are the requirements that they have to meet so that they can vote?
Well, any prospective voter needs to be 18 and over, or they can turn 18 by election day. They need to be a U.S. citizen, and they also have to be a resident of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Remember, everyone, one vote per person, no double dipping. Now, if anyone had the misfortune of losing their voting rights, as of March 16, 2021, you no longer need to have completed supervisory probation in order to apply to have your rights restored. So what are you waiting for? Don't wait any longer and go get your voting rights back, Virginians.
That is really good information, voter registration application. Really good. It seems to me that you really are wanting a democracy for all Virginians. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Every voice counts.
Yes, that is. I'm telling you, sometimes I feel warm and fuzzy, and it's not good. It's maybe because of not the green that we like, but those greenhouse gases that just don't make me feel so great. But you make me feel warm and fuzzy in all the right ways. Voter registration application. Thank you.
Aww, thank you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I heard you talking about that double dipping. I heard a lot about that. A lot about that. It's good to know that you are against that, and it seems like most folks know you vote once, you're good, your voice is counted.
Absolutely.
And voter registration application, how can folks know for certain that they're registered to vote, or if they went to update their voter registration application, the voter registration information, that it's up to date, right? And that they're updated and registered to vote at their correct address or with their correct name change.
Of course, Virginians can check their voter status or make any changes or updates at vavotes.org/2021. Or they can also call their local registrar's office. And I definitely recommend calling because it's the best way to check.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And voter registration application, do voters have to present like a voter registration card or an ID? When they show up to vote in Virginia, what should they have with them?
Well, while a driver's license, state ID, and work ID were often the most used forms of voter ID in the past, it's actually not necessary to present a photo ID anymore. So while voters can still present their photo IDs, anyone who doesn't have a photo ID can instead present any of the following acceptable forms of voter identification: a copy of a current utility bill, a bank statement, government checks, paycheck stubs, or any other government document containing the name and address of the voter.
Okay. I'm into that very much.
Definitely want to make it as accessible as possible.
That's right. There's no reason to keep anyone from voting. We got to make it happen. We've got to make it happen. I did hear from the Virginia League of Conservation Voters Education Fund, We Talk. And last year was a great year for you, voter registration application. And I just would love to know how many people are registered to vote in Virginia and how many folks voted in the last election.
Well, currently there are 5,975,696 Virginians registered to vote. And of that, 4,486,821 Virginians voted in last November's general election. That accounts for an 81.48% voter turnout. As you can see, Mother Earth, Virginia did an exceptional job, and this year hopes to register even more Virginians and see an even higher voter turnout.
Voter registration application. I mean, you're so humble, truly. I mean, that's magnificent. Yes, Virginia is kind of one of my favorite places on me right now after hearing that. So
definitely want to hear that, Mother Earth.
Oh, of course. I'm just being honest. Voter registration application. Oh my goodness. We're gonna cut to our next commercial break, and I know that one of your very good friends is going to be joining us after this break, absentee voting. So will you stick around at voter registration application?
Oh, absolutely. That's my best friend.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. And please, let's just show some love to the voter registration application.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, they are really good at, they stop right when they need to. And it's time for our next commercial break. Oh my goodness. The Virginia LCV Education Fund Civic Engagement Talk Show. The sponsors just kept coming in. Apparently, Earth Day is a big deal. I just really think our sponsors like electric cars, rainforests, oceans, Greta Thunberg, solar panels. Again, solar panels. They're into us. Unplugging your appliances that you're not using. And did I mention VALCVEF? What great sponsors that we had for the Civic Engagement Talk Show. And folks, it is time to bring out our next guest of the evening. Our next guest. Whoa, did I hear a lot about our next guest last year? You all, please show some love for absentee voting.
Day, woo woo.
Hi, best friend.
Hey. What's happening?
How you been?
Oh,
I've been good. I've been more than excellent, actually. I've been flying all around the globe, Mother Earth, as it were, trying to make, you know what I'm saying, up to speed, ready to go do this thing early. So, yeah. I like to consider you the jab, and I'm like the cross. You know, we're like a 1-2 punch.
wow. I don't want to say I'm jealous. I mean, if it wasn't for me, I mean, come on. It's like I see some paper over there, so it wasn't, but I love your chemistry. And absentee voting. Oh my goodness, tell me about yourself.
Well, I started out as a universal concept, bit abstract as it were, but now I like to consider myself something like the wave of the future. I have you know that I was responsible for more than 2,817,794 Virginians casting their votes in 2020, early, if I might add. And that's only because many Virginia citizens, chose to vote this way to ensure their safety because, COVID. That's
Safety.
Happening. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Key word. Oh my gosh, absentee voting. Thank you so much for being such an important part of that, the safety of the occupants of Virginia.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Absentee voting. Before an election, when can the people of Virginia, start with you?
That's an excellent question. Well, people can start getting ready to vote early, 45 days before any election. Important dates to remember for this year are the 8th of June, which is our primary in Virginia, as well as November. That would be November the 5th, for those of you that are accustomed to voting in November and in November only.
That is so important. Thank you.
Those dates.
Yes, the dates. And I hear that Virginia LCV Education Fund is throwing out a lot of, resources to make sure that those dates are known. And thank you, absentee voting, for throwing that in there. Gosh, you really know what you're doing, absentee voting. My goodness.
I'm happy to be here.
And what are some of the benefits absentee voting that my citizens, will see and experience by voting absentee?
Okay. Well, one of the main things is that safety was a major concern for a lot of Virginians. A lot of people did not want to be in a crowd of people. Some people would like to get it out of the way so that they don't forget to show up on those important days. Some places they give you the day off to go and vote. We'll have to talk to Mother Earth and her Virginia representative about, getting everybody a day off to go vote. But as it is right now, a lot of people choose to vote absentee because of convenience.
Yes. No, my goodness. No, that's really important to mention. And I think, when you have conversations with folks who are voting who are voting absentee, thank goodness that there's no excuse, because right. I mean, it's your voice. That's the excuse. It's your vote.
That's correct, ma'am. There are absolutely no special requirements or prerequisites. All your citizens have to do is visit their local registrar or satellite office 45 days before an election, and they can participate.
Oh my goodness. And that's something I think this past year, personally, I know that absentee voting, you're going, I like you going in and out, because it's actually so paradox to what you are, because you're always there for us, absentee voting. And I just I love it so much. And I think that last year, thinking about absentee voting, okay, what is that voting early in person? Is that only mailing my application? Is that having my absentee ballot and turning it into my polling place? And from what I was hearing from Virginians, is that it was quite, absentee voting was synonymous with quite a few things. Is absentee voting, could you go through the list? I mean, my goodness, you are just so layered.
Absolutely. Well, we offer a lot of different options, okay? So the first is that you can vote by mail. This process of mailing in your absentee ballot to your local registrar's office, it's pretty much as I just stated. You fill out your ballot and you send it into your local registrar's office. You can turn in your absentee ballot to your local registrar's office physically. You can drop off your absentee ballot into a secure absentee ballot drop box. They may be positioned strategically around your city. Okay. Let's see. You can also turn in your absentee ballot at your polling place on election day by the time the polling place closes. Also, if you happen to request an absentee ballot, but you choose not to use that absentee ballot, you bring that absentee ballot, you bring me into the voter registration office so that they can actually destroy that on site, and you can go ahead and then vote in person that way. Also, voting early in person at a satellite office early, just before election day.
Yes, come on. I mean, I get it. Like, you're humble. I mean, whoa, okay, we get it. You're humble, but
he's only humble when he wants to be.
Okay. Well, hands open.
I'm just playing.
I hear that you two have, quite a you are like peanut butter and jelly, right? And thinking about voting and the method that folks vote, they want to vote early. Well, voter registration application and absentee voting, what would you say maybe, if we're going to talk about maybe a flaw, maybe a flaw when it comes to voting, what do you think that would be? What could be a missing layer for some folks, after they're registered to vote?
Showing up, Earth. A lot of people register and feel like that is the end of the process, but no, that is only the beginning.
Yes, you actually have to show up and cast your ballot. That's how your voice is heard.
Yes, ma'am.
My goodness. And yes. Absentee voting, please.
Oh, yes. Like I was saying, excellently put, this voter registration. Once you apply or you register, you have to go in and you have to, fill out your ballot, cast your ballot. Or if you don't want to go in, you can actually, like I said, vote absentee. Use me. This is why I'm here. Look at the sweat on the face. This is hard work, folks. I'm here to help you.
I'm into that absentee voting. I'm into that. My goodness. Oh my goodness. And you mentioned the 2.8 million Virginians earlier that needed you. I mean, my goodness, if you are going to vote, this is just so cool to me, right? That democracy was expanded and that it was so clear with the turnout of absentee voting for you, absentee voting, that folks wanted this. They want, it's always been that folks want their votes counted and heard and out there. And thankfully, we are fighting disenfranchisement, right? And that is so exciting. And yeah, of course, you're sweating. I mean, my goodness, you've been on a sprint marathon. I feel like, my goodness. Both of you. I mean, can you all just tell me, because I do have a final question for absentee voting, but what do you two love about each other most?
Oh, man.
Let me
Just
go.
one
You want me to
thing?
go to commercial break? Oh, let me go to commercial break first and give you all a moment. Oh my goodness. The sponsors who I want to thank but aren't quite there yet, like you really aren't even close. Single-use plastic, landfills, pollution. Yes, I'm talking to you, cigarette butts. Let's just we heckle cigarette butts. Yes, we do. So absentee voting and voter registration application, I would just love to hear, yeah, not just one thing, but multiple things that you really just adore about each other.
Well, voter registration, if I may, I would like to first say thank you, because without you, there would be no me.
Oh, I know, I complete you.
Oh. Okay.
Together, it's almost like the twins. Like, we activate. You know, she gives people. I make sure that their vote counts. Like you said, we're like pepperoni and pizza. You know.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I wish I could eat that. I just exist as this big, mass, and I just wish that I could eat that thing that you're talking about called pizza. Yeah.
I wish we could eat that as well.
Oh yes, you also can't. That's right.
I heard it was good.
Yeah. I could place it on top of both of you and you could suck up the grease. I hear that humans do that. If you were a human, would you blot the grease off of the pizza, the thing that the humans eat?
Well, I feel like, you would need to use some paper product to do that. And we're here to save and protect you, Mother Earth. So I don't think that would be such a good idea.
And on another note, I feel as though grease is part of the pizza experience. If I was human, I kind of want.
If you're gonna eat it, go all in.
The whole experience. I'm here for the whole experience.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes. I am just so fond of the both of you, and it's really just because of the benefits that you give to Virginians. It's not because of the pizza conversation at all. So, gosh, absentee voting at VALCV, the mission states in VALCVEF Education Fund, the mission states that a healthy democracy and a healthy environment go hand in hand. Environment. Ever heard of it? Okay. Personally, I love the sound of that. So, absentee voting, what does that mean to you?
Well, Mother Earth, simply put, if there is something important to you, like, I don't know, clean air, drinkable water, then the best way to make sure that your concerns are voiced and considered is to first register to vote with my friend over there. And then if you would like, you can take me up on my offer and vote early or absentee. Supplies are limited, 45 days before elections.
That's important. That's important. I you know, sorry, I was just getting choked up. It happens. I think with the work that the Civic Engagement Program does at the Virginia League of Conservation Voters Education Fund, it's clear to me that if Virginians would like any assistance on registering to vote, voting absentee, which means voting by mail, at a drop box, early in person, and with restoring their right to vote, right? If anyone had the misfortune of losing their right to vote due to a past felony conviction, we got you. We are here. That, by we, I mean, if I'm Earth, and we are VALCVEF, and we got you. So let's make that known. And maybe some of my guests know the different ways that Virginians can contact the Virginia League of Conservation Voters Education Fund and the team members of the Civic Engagement Program.
Yeah, you can definitely find us on social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram. You can email us. I mean, technology is incredible. The sky's the limit on how you can reach out to us.
Thanks for that reference. Yeah, the sky is the limit. And if you go beyond the sky and you go to Mars or the moon, have fun. I mean, you left me. It's okay. It's okay. I was just here the whole time.
No, we love you, Earth.
Cast your absentee ballot before you go, if it's 45 days before that election.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So absentee voting is telling you, Virginia, that you have no excuse. Even if you're going to the moon, you can absentee vote. Is that what you're saying, absentee voting?
That is exactly what I am saying, madam.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just want to check on this thing I hear that you all use called YouTube and see if we have any questions. Any questions going on? I think Robert, yeah, he's our camera person, Robert. Do we have any questions? Any? No? What was that? Why was this show so awesome, and will we be doing it again? Okay, we will be continuing the civic engagement talk shows, absolutely, and you can tune in on the Virginia League of Conservation Voters Education Fund Facebook page. We'll also be streaming on YouTube like we are tonight. We definitely want to make sure that you all can stay in touch with us, and it is so awesome that if you have joined. Oh, we do have some participants. Let me say hi. Wait a second. Okay, I can't. It's not showing me their exact names. Okay. Hey, if you want to keep in touch with us and receive our newsletter, hello. You can go to valcv.org/get informed, and you can receive the newsletter that comes out of Earth, aka VALCVEF. You all, that's our evening. That's our show. That's what we got. Voter registration application, absentee voting. Is there anything else you would like to say to the people of Virginia?
Please vote and get everyone that you know to vote so that we can save our beautiful Mother Earth.
Remember, no excuses, only solutions.
Your vote is your voice.
Your vote is your voice. Your vote is your voice.
And it matters.
This year, yes, it does. Yes, it does. This year is so important. We have state elections this year. You're going to keep in touch. You're going to keep in touch with Virginia, with Mother Earth, with the absentee voting, with the voter registration application. We're out of character now. Thank you so much. I'm Sarah Ahmed. I'm the Deputy Director of Civic Engagement at VALCDEF. I think I was out of character about 5 minutes ago. We have Saranya Jagadish as the voter registration application, and we have Andre Knight as absentee voting. Thank you both so much. Thank you so much for the passion. Thank you for caring about the mission and the work that we do. Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night, everyone.
Good night.